All right. Our next question comes from Amanda. Amanda says, what is the best way to go from zero audience to members? How long until I can expect to start making money as someone who doesn't have an audience yet? Well, let me tell you how I grew my first audience, and then I'll give you my guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed. I'll give you my my strategy for making things happen when you don't have a lot of money. Right. So when I was starting out and Jocelyn was starting out, we had zero audience, no audience. So the first thing that we had to do is we had to start creating content. I mean, you just got to commit to creating content. And if you're just starting out, listen, you need to be releasing 2 to 3 pieces of content a week. You got to catch up. People like us are only doing it once a week, but we've been in business 8 years. So you're going to have to consistently create content. The next thing that we had to do is we had to get our content and we had to get our name out there where our people were already hanging out. But we had no money for ads, and the ad game was totally different back in 2012 when we started, right? So we had to do something prolific. We had to do something every day. We couldn't open our wallet, so we had to roll up our sleeves. And we each found our own strategy for that. Jocelyn would scour the internet looking for old school bulletin board style forums, blogs, anywhere where any librarian would say anything. And because she had a website called elementarylibrarian.com. And then Jocelyn would join the conversation in the forums. Her signature, she would put a link back to her site. And then she would share her blog post that she wrote. If someone asked a question, she would go write a blog post and then come back and share the link. And brick by brick, person by person, she had traffic. And then she had one person on her list and then 10 people on her list. And I think when we launched that website, we had about 250 people or so on that email list. So it was brick by brick over months. I will not sugarcoat anything for you, Amanda. I'm not going to be one of these pie in the sky people that says, if you build it, you'll come. It took us months and months to get an email list big enough to launch to, working every day with sacrifice, not watching TV, canceling our cable bill, selling things in yard sales to afford the next course, right? And we ground. As soon as the kids went to bed, Jocelyn was on her computer looking for places where librarians were hanging out, answering blog posts on other people's blogs, anything she could do to get her name out there. Now, I was looking for football coaches. I had no clue how to find football coaches. There was a couple forums, so I started doing what Jocelyn was doing. But then I figured out that a lot of football coaches use Twitter. And for probably 3 to 4 good months, and when I say that, I mean it, 3 to 4 good months, at night, I would lay in bed until I fell asleep, and I would type in the word coach in Twitter. And I would look through the listings, and I would look at those little images, and I would look for people who were standing on a football field, wearing a headset on a sideline, or just had in a weight room, just something that may, or like in their name, it said football coach 121, whatever. And I would friend them and send them a message. And I did that hundreds of times over 3 to 4 months. And slowly but surely, I built a small email list, and I was able to launch my playbooks out there and make like $7,000, right? Now, it took us probably, I would say it took us 18 good months from the day we started to being able to make enough money, not making money like we make now, but making enough money to say, I think we can go for quitting our job. I think we can go for this, right? I'd say it took us about 6 to 12 months to really get a toehold, a beachhead on that audience. You know what I'm saying? To do that. But that was because we were committed and we were consistent with our content. We were prolific finding places to get in front of audiences and sharing things. And we were relentless on follow-up. If any of those football coaches wrote me back on that Twitter account or followed me back, I immediately sent them links to join my email list, right? So it does take time. Now, there's shortcuts. If you've got extra money, running ads to your content will grow your audience faster. It's gas on the fire, right? If you get out there and network, Jocelyn and I went to live events like crazy to meet and shake hands, and you can't do that right now because of coronavirus, but next year we should be able to. But like virtual events, any Facebook groups we could join, like we were out there every single day, 7 days a week, and we were hustling to grow an audience. And then opportunities started coming. We invested the money to fly out to California one time to meet Pat Flynn. We had already talked to him. I've been emailing him back and forth, telling him our story. And we bought a ticket to an event he had and flew out there, met him. And that's how we got on his podcast, because we put in the time and effort. We rolled up our sleeves. We opened our wallet, and we invested in our business and our family's future. So It can happen faster. It can happen slower, right? Some people don't grab a toehold with their very first idea. Okay. We didn't. I had 2 or 3 websites before that coaching website. But if you're consistent and you say, I am committed to creating content. If you look in the mirror and you say, I'm not trying this, I'm doing this. I do this. I podcast. I blog. I go to websites. I stalk people on Twitter. Like, I do this. And then if you're relentless and you just follow up with every lead you get, and you get out there and you shake hands and you meet people, and you get on other podcasts in your niche, like, eventually you'll grab that audience too. Okay. It will not be easy ever. And it never gets any easier. That's what people don't understand. It actually kind of gets harder the bigger you get. You know, like we hit plateaus just like everybody else. We struggle with ideas like everybody else in our business. And I was listening to Dave Ramsey the other day on one of his videos, and he was like, that's the biggest problem with people, is they think that you get to finish. This isn't a finish. This is a journey. This isn't a destination. The destination is the next checkpoint, right? That's all it is. And you have to commit yourself to be like, I want this. I want a better future for my family. And when I get it, I'm going to keep earning it every day so it doesn't go away, right? And you have to have that mentality at the beginning, and that'll carry you through all the way to each step of the journey. That's why we always say, we will help you take your next step. We will help you get to the next level. There's always a next level. There's always a next step. And, and that's what we're all working for. So go for it. Roll up your sleeves. If you can open your wallet, do it. That'll make it faster. Have a plan and stick to it. And you will have an audience before you know it, Amanda. Awesome stuff. Hey, y'all. Shane Sams here from the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast and flippedlifestyle.com. My wife, Jocelyn, and I are former school teachers who figured out how to make our entire living on the internet. And now we help other families do the same. Thank you so much for listening to today's featured online business question from a real member of the Flip Your Life community. I hope that you enjoyed today's show and that it helped you get unstuck and take your next steps in your online business journey. Have you ever had a question about online business, making money online, or becoming an internet entrepreneur? My wife, Jocelyn, and I have helped thousands of people start, build, and grow their own online businesses and create stable, predictable, recurring revenue for their family. We would love to help you and your family too inside of the Flip Your Life community. Each month, we host live members-only Q&As where we help you get unstuck and move closer to your family's dream. We would love to see you on our next Q&A inside of the Flip Your Life community. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. That's flippedlifestyle.com/FREE. And you can sign up for a 30-day free trial to the Flip Your Life community. That's going to give you access to every single course, every single community forum, and 2 member calls every single month where you can come and ask questions live. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free. Go sign up for your free trial today. That's all I've got today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode of the Q&A with S&J. Tell us what you think about today's show in the comments, or go leave us a 5-star review. And tune in every single week for the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast, where we help a real member of the Flip Your Life community one-on-one, and then we air that conversation live for everyone to hear. Remember, all you need is 100 people to pay you $50 a month to make $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. That's enough money to flip your life and change your family future. Until next time, get out there, take action, and do whatever it takes to flip your life. We'll see you then.